Newport Public Library. Welcome to another episode of Kids in the Kitchen. Today we're going to make loaded tater tot bake. It's a lot of just chopping and throwing it in and putting it in the oven. It's a variation on an egg bake. And this recipe comes from Taste of Home, Most Requested Recipes. So you can always check this out at the library. All right, before we get started, make sure your work areas are clean, your hands are washed, and if you have long hair, pull it back. All right, some of the ingredients in this loaded tater tot bake are naturally tater tots, garlic, parsley, pepper, a cup and a half of cheese, a half a cup of sour cream, a medium onion, 6 eggs, and a half a cup of heavy cream, like half and half, and Canadian bacon. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our onion in some oil, just a tablespoon of canola oil, and we're going to saute that at the stove. So I'm going to just pour it in here and take you over to the stove. Okay, I have the onions cooking in a little oil. We're just going to cook them for like 2 minutes. This may take a little bit longer depending upon what kind of pan you use. I like to use a cast iron pan. Next, we're going to cut up our Canadian bacon into 1/2-inch strips, and then we're going to put that in here. So we're going to cook this for a couple minutes, then we're going to add the Canadian bacon and cook that for a couple minutes. Okay, I'm turning the heat back on. And our onions are kind of sauteed. They look kind of clear looking. I broke up all my Canadian bacon into strips so they weren't sticking together. And we're going to put this in here and we're going to cook it for another minute or 2 longer. It depends on your pan. Cast iron pans take a little bit longer to heat up. It'll release some of the fat. Here it's sizzling. Now remember, when you're using the stove, you want to have an adult present. Okay, and once you feel like it's just kind of warmed up, maybe a little brown, depends on how you like it, you can just turn it off and leave it on the stove. Okay, next we're going to spray the bottom of our pan with cooking spray, maybe a little on the edge. And then we're going to line the bottom of our pan with tater tots. It says 4 cups. I am just going to cover the bottom. You can measure if you want, but you don't have to. Just make sure there's an even layer on the bottom. These are thawed. I thawed them overnight in the refrigerator. They're not wet or soggy. They're just like room temperature. I think it's so it bakes faster in the oven. Now you could put these in really neat if you wanted to, or just throw them in. Whatever works for you, it'll be just fine. I think maybe a couple more. So that's how mine looks. You can't do this wrong. Okay, now we're going to top this with the Canadian bacon onion mixture that we had at the stove. So it should be cool enough to bring over to the table. All right, so now I'm just going to sprinkle this on top, just like that. If it's not too hot, you can use your hands. I told you this was an easy recipe. Want to kind of make sure we have it even so everybody gets a piece of ham and everybody gets some onion. Literally, I use my hands a lot in cooking. Next, we're going to whisk our eggs and add our other ingredients. So first we're going to do our eggs. We're going to crack each egg and put it in the large bowl. Remember I said 6 eggs. 1, 2, oops, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right, let's whisk them. Whisk is one of my favorite kitchen utensils. Okay, now we're going to add the sour cream to it. 1/2 cup. And 1/2 cup of heavy cream. And our seasonings. Pepper, parsley, and garlic. Kind of stuck in there. There we go. So now I'm going to whisk them. Told you this was an easy recipe. And that's all there is to it. Okay, looks good. Last, we're going to stir in our 1.5 cups of cheddar cheese. There we go. We're just going to stir it in. Just like that. And now we're going to pour it over our tater tot, onion, and ham. Just like that. You want to make sure everything's covered. Now we're going to bake it. We're going to put it in for 35 to 40 minutes and just check it till it's done. All right, I'll see you back here in 35 to 40 minutes. Just a reminder that our recipes are always on the calendar at WMPL's website. So if ever you want to repeat a recipe or you don't remember how to do it, you can always look there. Okay, I'll see you in a little while. Our loaded tater tot bake is ready, so we're going to cut it. We'll cut a piece and see how it looks. Comes out so well. Look at that. looks yummy. I hope you enjoy this egg bake, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.